Hi, welcome to our channel, Mind Programming, where we bring smart insights from top books distilled for busy minds. Let's begin starting and building with focus. Start now. People often wait for the perfect moment to begin. They wait for more money, better timing, the right contacts, or extra experience. But waiting rarely leads to anything. The perfect time never really comes. There's always something else you could learn, something else you could fix, or someone else you could talk to first. But all that waiting keeps you from doing the actual work. The best way to move forward is to start now with what you have. A pair of friends once had an idea for an online service. They had no investors, no team, and barely any free time. But they decided to build something simple and launch it quickly. They didn't know all the answers, but they believed they could figure things out along the way. They released their product, got feedback, and improved it step by step. Over time, their audience grew. If they had waited until everything was perfect, they would have missed their chance. What mattered was that they acted. Build half a product, not a half-assed product. When you try to do too much at once, everything suffers. Instead of building one great feature, you build 5 weak ones. Instead of writing a clear message, you write a confusing one filled with noise. Instead of solving one real problem, you solve none well. It's tempting to think that offering more will attract more people. But in truth, people are drawn to what's simple, clear, and solid. It's better to do one thing extremely well than many things poorly. Build half a product that is excellent instead of a full product that feels rushed. Focus your energy on one tight package. If it works and people love it, you can always expand later. But if you try to impress everyone from the start, you risk losing the chance to impress anyone at all. A small team once decided to create a tool for writing and sharing notes. They had many ideas for features, folders, tags, comments, color coding, reminders. But instead of building everything at once, they focused on just one thing: writing and saving a note quickly. They polished that basic idea until it was smooth and fast. People loved the simplicity. The team slowly added more only after the basics were perfect. Their product grew because it was useful from the very first day. Start at the epicenter when building something new. There's always pressure to add more features, more pages, more designs. But the best way to begin is to focus on the very core of what you're offering. Ask yourself, if I took everything away, what is the one thing that absolutely must remain? That's your epicenter. That's where the most value lies. If you build from that point, everything else can come later, if needed. Imagine you're opening a bakery. You could spend months planning the store design, choosing the perfect logo, or creating fancy packaging. But the most important thing is the bread. If the bread isn't good, nothing else matters. So start there. Make the best loaf you can. Let that lead the way. Once you've earned trust with something basic but excellent, the rest will follow naturally. Ignore details early on at the beginning. It's easy to get lost in small things. People spend weeks deciding on a logo, picking fonts, or choosing the perfect shade of blue. But none of that matters if your core product doesn't work. Don't waste time on the surface when the foundation is still weak. Details can come later. They only matter once the big picture is clear and working. There's a story about a startup team that argued for days over their homepage wording. They couldn't agree on what sentence to place at the top. Meanwhile, their service wasn't even running properly yet. They were trying to polish a welcome mat while the house behind it was still under construction. Once they stopped obsessing over small things and got the basics working, everything else came into place much more easily. Making something useful, people don't buy ideas. They buy solutions. If you want to create something successful, it must solve a real problem for real people. That means being useful. People often fall in love with cool ideas that don't actually help anyone. But usefulness is what keeps people coming back. It's what creates trust, loyalty, and word of mouth. Think about a tool that helps freelancers track their time. That's not flashy. It's not exciting. But it solves a very real problem: how to bill clients accurately and stay focused during work. A small company made a simple tool to do exactly that. It didn't do 100 things. It just did one thing well. Freelancers loved it because it made their lives easier. No fancy advertising was needed. The product spoke for itself. Say no by default when building or growing. You'll hear many suggestions. Add this feature. Support this device. Partner with that company. Every request sounds reasonable in the moment. But if you say yes to everything, your focus disappears. You end up with a messy product, a confused message, and a scattered team. Learning to say no is one of the most important skills you can have. Say no by default. Only say yes when something truly fits your vision, helps your users, and keeps your product clear. Every yes brings more complexity. Every feature you add means more things to maintain, explain, test, and support. Keep your course simple. Protect it. A focused tool with 5 powerful features is better than a bloated tool with 20 weak ones. A team building a budgeting app was often asked to add investment tracking, bill payments, and credit score tools. But they said no. They stayed focused on helping people manage their spending. That one promise, kept clean and strong, helped them grow a loyal base of users who didn't want fluff. They just want to help with their budget. Thank you for listening, and please like the video and subscribe for more great upcoming content that will put you in top 1% people in the world.